Hello, once more, and welcome back to the channel. Back here on YouTube, doing my Week 10 NFL prediction video. Right back here on YouTube after Week 9. I went 4-3 last week in Week 9. Getting into in Week 10, the record at this point, through the halfway point, is 31-32. We have half a season left, 9 weeks left until the postseason gets here. So going into Week 10, it's going to be some great games coming up this week. Of course, we have to talk about the AFC North. All teams above 500 in that division will have two games of theirs, three of their teams to talk about this week here in the predictions. So with that being said, we need to get started. Plus, the NFC West is kind of a jumble. A few divisions in there this year are kind of jumbled up, where teams are fighting it out. Even the AFC East is pretty well good. So with that being said, let's get into the Week 10 NFL prediction videos right now, everyone. Start us out, our first game coming up on Sunday between the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson and the Baltimore Ravens and Lamar Jackson coming up this week. Interesting matchup, AFC North rivals, butting heads. The Ravens in first place, while the Browns sit in third or sit in the middle of the pack in this division. And if you can hear me in the background, hear that in the background, I'm eating some goldfish. I'm a little hungry after working today. So sorry about that. I'm a little hungry. Bear with me though. In this matchup, I think the Ravens at home, it's the best chance for them to win, and I think continue to stay in first place in this division. And so that's going to be something to look at this week. And I like the Ravens in this matchup at home coming up on Sunday. I like the Ravens at home this week on Sunday. So I'm going to take the Ravens in this first matchup. Coming in as the Browns, I think we'll get a 5-4 this year with a 5-4 this week with a loss. Going into week number 11. So I think the Ravens get the win over the Browns on Sunday to start us off. Moving on to our next game. We're going to stay in the AFC North for part of it. Bengals coming in and Houston Texans coming into this matchup. I'm getting into it now. AFC North versus AFC South. And if you want to talk about the Bengals, they sit 5-3 in a three-way tie in the AFC North with the Steelers and Browns. All three teams in the division at about behind the Ravens are all 5-3. Texans coming in second place at 4-4 this season so far. And the way Joe Burrow and the Bengals performed on Sunday night against the Bills was a good way to get a win, and I did pick the Bengals last week to get a win. I think they're going to win again this week, get to 6-3, and get above the Browns and the Steelers potentially, but Bengals will get the win this week to get a 6-3. Okay, with the win against Houston, I think. Moving on from this matchup, we're going to go into the next one with the San Francisco 49ers and Brock Purdy coming in on a three-game losing slide as they go to play the Jaguars and Trevor Lawrence. The Jaguars on a 5-game winning streak currently. Jaguars coming in 6-2 on the year. Yeah, Jaguars coming in 6-2 on the year. They've won 5 in a row in this game. 49ers coming in, they've lost 3 in a row. They're sitting in second place in the NFC West, unfortunately, as we go into it this week. As we look into this matchup, the 49ers are coming in. Their record is 5-3, and so they're tied for first technically with the Seahawks now. The Seahawks lost. They got shut out by the Browns last week. I'm going to take the 49ers, I think, to get the win and take over first place all by themselves this week against the Jaguars, as I think the Jaguars' winning streak of 5 in a row comes to an end against the 49ers on Sunday. Moving on to the next matchup, I'm going to go out to Minnesota for the Saints And the Vikings coming into this matchup. Saints and Vikings coming in. Vikings coming in at 5-4. Well, the Saints coming in at 5-4 as well. But Saints coming in at 5-4 as a first place team. Only a game above 500, and it's all. You have to talk about the AFC. You have to talk about the NFC South as a division as a whole, and just say, look, the NFC South last year had the Buccaneers in their division make the postseason with a losing record, and I know that NFC South's gonna be one of those divisions again this year where the team that wins will go in with a losing record most likely. I'm gonna say that's about a 70% chance of happening at this moment. At this moment, with the Saints coming out with a 5-4 record. So anything can happen over the next 9 weeks in this division. It's gonna be interesting to see who does win it. On the other hand, the Vikings are going to be on their third-string quarterback in Josh Dobbs, who had to replace the rookie Jaren Hall, who got knocked out with a concussion. So Josh Dobbs, who just got traded from Arizona to Minnesota, had to come in and relieve Jaren Hall, the rookie, out of BYU. The Vikings still lost the game to the Falcons on Sunday. And with that being said, the Vikings, they came back actually and won. I picked the Falcons to win. Vikings actually came back and won with Josh Dobbs. With that being said, I'm going to take the Vikings, and if Josh Dobbs starts, or Jaren Hall, whichever starts, I think the Vikings will get a key win in the NFC North race and stay behind the Detroit Lions. As I think the Vikings will go to 6-4. As we move on to the next matchup. In Los Angeles, late afternoon games, the Detroit Lions coming in at 6-2 against the LA Chargers, the second place team in the AFC West, at 4-4. Lions coming in 6-2. This is pretty much an easy game to talk about because it is in the Detroit Lions, who are 6-2, the team that wants to win the division. And this is a team in the Lions I think that's going to definitely win the division this year. And I think it might be the Lions might have a runaway with this division in the next 9 weeks. Chargers, unfortunately, they're 4-4. I don't know where the Chargers and the rest of the AFC West are going to go. Kansas City looks like they're going to run the tables in the AFC West. I don't expect the Chargers to do much this week, so I am going to take the Lions to get the win on the road against the Chargers. Moving on to our next game. Last game of the day. Second to last game. Washington Commanders coming in against the Seattle Seahawks. Seahawks, again, 5-3. Washington in the NFC East, 4-5, third place in the division. As you can look at it on paper and just say, hey, look. You can look at it on paper and just say, hey, listen. The NFC East is not a good division, 4-5 for Washington. And for the Seahawks at 5-3, I think the Seahawks get a win to go to 6-3. Still will be in tied for first place with the 49ers after week 10. So with that being said, Seahawks, I think, get an easy win against the Washington Commanders on Sunday. Which takes us to the last game of the day. Sunday Night Football. I'm going to stick it out in the AFC West. Jets coming in 4-4. Well, the Las Vegas Raiders coming in 4-5 after firing their coach and their general manager. Raiders got a win last week. And the Jets last night, they got a beat at home, unfortunately, by the Chargers, who went to 4-4. For the Jets, I think the Jets get a bounce back week this week in the AFC East. I think they get to 5-4, create a situation where you have 3 of the top 4 teams in that division in the AFC East all above 500 after this week. I think that's going to be the scenario maybe. And I think the Jets have a good chance to make some things happen. If Aaron Rodgers is going to come back, there's going to be some interesting things that will happen this season, the rest of the year. For the Jets, I think the Jets get the win this week. I think Zach Wilson's going to go all out, get a win on the road on Sunday Night Football against the Raiders this week here in week number 10. So yeah, pretty much down the middle. Here's the recap of who I'm taking. Starting out in Baltimore, I'm taking the Ravens and Lamar Jackson over the Cleveland Browns and Deshaun Watson. In Cincinnati, I'm taking Joe Burrow and the Bengals over the Houston Texans and C.J. Stroud. In Jacksonville, I'm taking the 49ers and Brock Purdy to end the Jaguars' 5-game winning streak. In Minneapolis, I'm taking Josh Dobbs and the Vikings over the Saints to get their second win in a row after he came in and relieved Jaron Hall, who got knocked out with a concussion. And I'll win with the Chargers and Lions. I'm taking Jared Goff and the Lions over Justin Herbert and the Chargers, who just won last night on Monday Night Football. In Seattle on Sunday, I'm taking the Seahawks and Geno Smith over the Washington Commanders this week. And last but not least, I'm taking the Jets and Zach Wilson over the Las Vegas Raiders and whoever their quarterback is. I think Aiden O'Connell started over the weekend for the Raiders. I'm not sure who's going to start this week coming up, but I'm taking the Jets because of that. Because I don't know how the Raiders are going to do with the rookie quarterback. Now their Garoppolo's on the bench. With that being said, that is Week 10 NFL predictions for all of you watching. If you did enjoy, please comment below with who your favorite team is playing and if you think they're going to win this week. And with that being said, I hope you all enjoyed. And please remember to watch, like, subscribe. Don't forget to tell your friends to do the same if they've not done so yet already. Also, don't forget to hit that notification button below so you know when there's a new video on the channel. With that being said, have a nice day and stay safe. And peace out. And I'll see you right back here in the Week 11 NFL prediction video right back here on Tuesday. Have a nice day, stay safe, and peace out. Bye for now, everyone. See you later.